Seems like a thing to do,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Cool,
How you
dude.
doing?
You ready?
let's see. Hold on here.
I'm good.
I think I'm ready.
I've never been more ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Player one.
Ah,
Get it? Get it? There's a
I watched
terrible,
that trailer.
there's a
Let's talk
terrible
about
looking movie coming out.
Hello and welcome to episode 589 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, February 20th, 2018. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. Just got back from Black Panther.
Nice.
The movie?
It was a damn fine film.
The movie?
The movie.
Are
The movie?
you
Did
a
you buy the toys?
Wakanda resident?
No.
Are you going to move there now? Because it is so technologically advanced?
It doesn't exist.
They've opened their borders? I don't know.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't understand what any of that meant. And joining us from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
You must understand, CJ, that Black Panther is a new movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That is
I do
just
know
coming.
that much.
It is set in the fictional country of Wakanda, which
I
is
see.
in Africa, which is not a fictional continent. It is a real continent. It's just, it's on the other side of the planet.
Okay.
So
I think I
yes.
understand.
that's what Greg and I are talking about.
All of that is true.
I think I
Yes.
understand.
It's a monarchy. Their government operates. It's a monarchy. They have a
Yep,
king.
Yep.
A king, and
Hmm.
you can challenge the king at any time. You can show up and say,
Okay.
"Excuse
No,
me,
no.
king."
No, you can't. That's not true.
Well, that's not true.
You could have just kept talking. I wouldn't have known because the last Marvel movie I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
Also
The
about
Guardian-
Africa.
the Guardians of the Galaxy show up in this one. Did you
Do
know
they
there's a lot of trees in Africa, and during the big final climactic battle, when it
There
looks
are
like
trees.
the Black Panther is about to lose, one of the trees comes to life and says, "Check it out, here comes Groot." And
But
he-
then does a cover of Pure Imagination play, and then
if you want to, well, no, it's got to be
Runs out.
more dour than that.
more dour. Okay.
If you want to, you paradise.
That's not nearly angsty enough,
Yeah,
emo enough.
yeah.
For
Black
the Ready
Panther's a
Player
really
One
good movie.
trailer. Yeah.
Yes.
Black
yes,
Panther's
yes,
a really
it
good
is.
movie. I
That was my original point. Yeah.
cannot
Hmm.
say the same potentially about Ready Player One, which is what you are referring to. Which
Right.
I'm assuming, unless you are like way down with slow down
I watched the new trailer for it
for Willy
and
Wonka.
I really have no interest in seeing that movie. It looks so dumb.
It look, you know what's weird? I mean, you've all heard my complaining about the book,
Yes,
so we all know that it's
Over and over.
terrible,
many times.
Over and
Terribly-
over and over again.
terribly written book, terrible book. But
Terrible.
boy, that movie
Trouble.
just looks
Trouble.
Worse?
just doesn't look well. It doesn't look fun. It's all like
Mm.
you know, dark blues and grays, and
Looks like a DC film.
it's like, yeah, it's if you're living in this sort of dystopian future and you have this means to escape into a virtual reality world of pure imagination
Mhm.
that
Pure imagination.
that is only filled with licensed characters,
Filled with licensed characters.
you would think that you would want your world of escapism to be more bright and colorful than the outside world, but it's
True.
all like,
But maybe it's all he's known, so he can't imagine anything else.
but but I mean, he
It's like
watches,
the plot of Dragon Quest Builders, where people don't know
Yeah.
how to build anything.
Right,
But-
see?
but
They've
this
never seen it
dude,
done.
You're a
this
product
dude-
of your environment, Phil.
this dude has spent his life watching like 80s cartoons and stuff. Why wouldn't he? I mean, he's familiar with neon colors and
Yeah.
like bright skies. Why wouldn't, I bet this kid
But Phil,
has
can
seen,
robots dream of electric sheep?
Oh, he's not a robot.
Good point.
Oh,
Good point.
sorry.
I don't want to spoil
I'm not familiar with the book we're talking about.
Having read the book, I can tell you he's not a robot,
Spoiler.
but he's certainly
like the Terminator. He's not a robot.
No, the Terminator was a robot.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Kyle Reese said so.
What?
Wasn't a robot.
What
Robot
is
is
he?
too
It's a learning
Terminator.
computer.
He's a cybernetic organism, not a robot.
He's a robot covered in skin.
No, you're getting
like
it wrong.
No,
You're
what?
getting it wrong. You need to listen. You need to go back. You need to go back and play the Terminator on Sega CD and get to the track that Tommy Tallarico did where he took audio clips from the movie, and it will tell you over and over again that the Terminator is not a robot.
This is the only way in the future we have to access information about the Terminator film is to hope that Tommy Tallarico did a remix of lines from the movie at some point. And thankfully,
Great
he
track,
did.
by the way.
Is it a ballad? Is it like Love
It's a
Theme
ballad.
from
It's a
Terminator
power
6?
ballad. Yeah.
I am not a robot.
Pure
There is no
imagination.
fate but what you make. Simply look around and view it. You know what they should have used instead of in that trailer, instead of a slowed down, depressing version of Pure Imagination, is a slowed down, depressing version of Cheer Up Charlie.
But nobody would have remembered that one.
I don't
Because
even know what you're talking about.
Cheer Up
That's a great
Charlie.
song.
Cheer Up
It is a good
Charlie
song.
is the part of the of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that everyone fast forwards through.
That's true.
It's true.
The depressing part.
It's the part
Mildly
that
depressing,
it's
but-
the part you slog through when Charlie's mom is singing a song about how depressed her poor son is
While she's doing laundry.
because he's poor because she's doing laundry.
Right.
Somebody else's laundry.
And all four of the
what
grandparents
it
are
was?
sharing the same king size bed in their single room.
And they're all dying.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real pick me up.
Was it someone else's laundry? Was Charlie's
know.
mom doing
Was she
I don't
like was she like Bob Cratchit? Was she the Bob Cratchit of the film?
what?
Well, I have to go watch
Bob
it.
Cratchit did Scrooge's laundry so that
Oh, did he?
to make extra money.
I don't remember Donald Duck doing that, but it was Mickey Mouse was Bob Cratchit, right?
There you go.
In the
Yes,
Disney version. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
How you
know.
gonna do it?
Donald Duck was Fred.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Okay.
Scrooge's nephew.
I guess that makes sense because they're
Which
ducks.
was life imitating art because Donald Duck is Scrooge's nephew,
It's
right?
true. He is.
Wow. And
Yeah.
may I imagine Scrooge got to play a character named Scrooge. What are the odds?
The role he was born to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, speaking of dreams coming true, the Xbox One app for smartphones got party chat.
Well,
Wow. Boy.
Yeah.
That is news. Now you can chat like you're playing a Switch.
It's true. This is how chats should have been held on the Switch, right?
Back in ancient times, this is how
Yeah.
chat should have been held.
That's how it should be done.
Sitting around a fire.
You need
hold on.
party chat.
hold on a
using a
second.
smartphone. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Channing King in our chat wants to know what the Donald Duck book behind me is because we were just talking about Donald Duck. I have a book of old Donald Duck. It's like old Carl Barks strips and stuff back there.
Yeah.
So that's what I have.
You mispronounced Karl Marx.
That's a different guy.
Oh.
That's different.
Oh man.
That's
Why I
different.
beg on
That's a different guy. He didn't.
my- different
he-
cartoonist.
Yeah, he did not. He did not do any duck cartoons.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
Okay. He was a Warner Brothers guy.
it's the guy who created Sluggy Freelance,
Right.
the breakthrough web comic, I believe.
Ready Player
Okay.
Master.
So you're gonna use party chat via smartphone?
No.
Probably not.
Why?
No.
For as
Okay,
useless
cool
and
little
ridiculous
addition.
as our conversation has been, you introduced something completely not worth talking about.
Oh.
Let's talk about other pop culture interpretations of A Christmas Carol. How about that Muppet one?
What about Spyro remaster collection coming? You
Where
like that?
Gonzo was like,
What do you think of that?
huh?
Spyro?
I never ever really played the Spyro game, so I don't know whether I'm excited about this based on its like, the company that made those games, but
I played the first Spyro game. It was quite good.
Yeah, I played.
You want to go back to?
Well, that's see. Here's the thing. It was quite good. When did that come out? Like
90s, late 90s, late 90s,
90s. Thank you, Greg.
97 or 8.
Yeah, somewhere in those late 90s. Yeah. It was really good. I don't know if it holds up, 20 years later.
Right.
But I'm willing to give it a go.
It's a little dragon.
Because I enjoyed it. It was fun.
I never played PlayStation Plus. I'll try it.
I never played Ripto's Revenge or Spyro. Ripto's Rage. That's right.
Although, of course, it was made by the same folks that came up with the same guy that came up with oh my god, the Activision Toys to Life.
Skylanders.
Yeah.
So the Skylanders same creator. Is a Spyro game.
Yeah, that's right. Skylanders is a Spyro spin-off.
Yeah. But then Spyro was pushed to the background of his own spin-off.
Man,
true.
This happens over and over.
Yep.
Yes. The rumor is it's coming to PS4 and it's like a year exclusive. So there's a rumor that the Crash collection is coming to Switch and other platforms this year. And if Spyro comes out, then we'll have to wait for that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll put that on my waiting list.
Mm-hmm. So THQ Nordic. You hear about this?
No.
They bought what is it? Koch Media? Coke Media?
I never know how to say that.
I don't know how to say it. But they own Deep Silver. Anyway, THQ Nordic bought them.
Yeah.
Which basically like brings the old THQ back together. The company, so a different company bought the THQ name.
Together again.
So it's almost time for a bunch of terrible Super Nintendo games.
It came together. Yeah,
I think it's great to be together again.
Family Dog 2.
This is what CJ does when he wants to have relations with his wife. He just goes like that.
And
she's like, no.
How about this?
Oh, wow. Wait, that was lewd. That was
Get to lewd. A doctor immediately.
Yeah.
That's
it shouldn't bend that way, CJ.
It's coming together. It's
what is that?
Like this. It's a handshake.
That's not how you do a handshake.
Yeah, I just did it. The handshake.
No,
that's myself.
It's not.
Ugh.
Just shook my own hand.
I don't know what's wrong with the people you're shaking hands with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting, huh?
I suppose.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
you guys are
doing some cool stuff.
You guys are into it.
Well, no, seriously though, because I mean, they brought out that Baja game that was really cool. They did the HD remaster of that.
Oh my gosh! Oh, jeez.
De Blob. They brought out De Blob recently. They re-released that.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
Yeah,
a lot of people played.
It's coming to Switch, or it may have been announced.
Yeah,
I believe it was announced.
All right then.
I still don't have my Switch back.
De Blob.
Oh no,
where's your Switch?
I had sent it in for.
Did you talk about this on the show last week?
Yes.
Y'all know I don't listen to the show.
Yes.
I think we talked about it when you were on the show 2 weeks ago.
Well, you all know I don't listen when Greg's talking.
Oh, apparently it arrived at the sorting facility yesterday morning, but so it's either sitting in my mailbox in the freezing cold or they just didn't deliver it yesterday.
All right.
Well, best of luck to you and yours.
You
want to go check that right now? We can pause the show.
I have to walk down the street to get to it. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, won't be doing that. Sony's doing a little PSVR sale. This week. PSVR bundles are going to be like $100 off.
Nice.
Man, so, he is. I can hear CJ salivating at this segue that he's working his way towards.
You know it. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't care about this sale. He just wants to lead into the next thing he's going to talk about. But go ahead, tell us about this VR bundle sale.
Yeah. So the one that comes with GT Sport is still $199.99. That has not changed. But the Skyrim and Doom VFR bundles are $100 off. So that's like $299 and $399.
CJ,
and the Skyrim one comes with Move controllers.
CJ,
so then if you have the version with the Move controllers, you will be prepared.
See, this is my problem, CJ. CJ,
yeah,
I'm trying to help you out here, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my problem.
This is so painful.
The PlayStation VR sounds great and all, but there's simply no games I'm interested in for it, CJ.
Well,
I mean, if
Phil,
what could an average Joe like myself, a fella who likes the simple pleasures in life, eating pizza, watching some Adult Swim on the boob tube every day, what could a fella like me enjoy?
well, let me tell you, Phil, you
What's
can
that?
enjoy Rick and Morty Virtual Reality,
What?
which is coming to PSVR on April 10th, 2018.
Holy cow, CJ, that sounds great and all. This sounds fantastic, but I'm a guy who loves freebies as well. I like posters. I like Funko Pops, CJ.
You like collector's editions?
I don't know, do I?
I think you do, because
What
we're
could a
putting
Rick
out a
and Morty-
physical disc
Oh, really?
of this as well.
I can put this on my shelf?
Collector's edition comes with the Funko Pop, some posters, some good stuff, and that'll run you $49.99.
Oh my goodness. It's a bargain at twice the price.
And just the disc only is $29.99.
Okay, well stand up, CJ. Show everyone what you're wearing. Don't think I didn't notice that. There you go.
Blips and
Yeah.
shits.
He's got his Rick and Morty shirt on just
Rick
for
and
the
Morty shirt.
occasion.
Right,
Look at
just
that.
for the occasion.
All right, guys, I'm caught up on my Facebook feed. Can we get back to the show now? or-
Yeah,
Always a company man.
that's right. Got to do it.
Okay.
Oh, and the Skyrim bundle, I was mistaken. It's not $3.99. It's going to be $3.49. Normally $4.49. $3.49.
Well, geez,
Anyway.
I just saved $50. I could
Yeah.
use that money to purchase the special edition physical Rick and Morty virtual reality.
Internet high five.
All true.
Well, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh. Fine then. Don't.
I might get talked into it since I actually have a PlayStation VR.
Well, there you go.
Oh, all right. All right.
There you go.
And lastly, we got some Sea of Thieves news.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
So they talked a little bit about the end game, the whole becoming a pirate legend thing. It gets you access to a secret area in the game.
Yeah.
That you can bring bring friends of yours who are not pirate legends into that secret area, and they can do
It's just like a
pirate
secret
legend
club.
quests too. Yeah, basically. So that's awesome. And they also announced that they are doing microtransactions, but it's not going to be loot boxes. It's going to be cosmetic items, and in the first content update to the game, they're going to add pets
Oh.
as well. These will be things that you buy for a specific price. It's not a
Okay.
loot box once again. And let's say you buy a parrot or a cat, you can or a monkey. You can have
Okay.
these things interact with not just you but your crew on the ship.
Seems like a ship would be a poor place to raise a cat.
Cat. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, okay, parrot, you got the pirate thing going on. And,
Well,
okay,
I mean, sometimes pirates just need something to snuggle with.
That's
I
true.
guess-
I'm sure a
ocean.
terrified wet cat would be the perfect companion. What
Exactly.
could possibly go wrong?
Monkey makes sense.
Sure, who doesn't love a monkey?
Yeah.
We got the whole Monkey Island thing going
Mhm,
on.
sure.
We got that.
Three-wood guybrush, whatever.
Guybrush.
Guy
Threepwood.
bushweed, what?
Guybrush Threepwood is his name. His name is that. But I don't
Yeah.
remember. Did Jack Sparrow have a cat?
No, but what's
not
his
that
name
I
had a
recall.
monkey, had a dead monkey.
well, we already testified for
I'm
the
just
validity of monkeys.
saying.
Who-
Yeah.
What famous pirate had a cat?
Dr. Evil.
I don't think he was a pirate.
No,
I didn't-
Prove he wasn't.
I don't. Well, I don't remember much of like
Right.
the second and third
see?
Austin Powers movies. So, other than they were terrible, but
Yeah,
maybe there was some piracy in there. I don't remember.
there's certainly an
I don't-
FBI warning before the film.
And look, here you go. Piratical cats and other shipboard pets.
What?
Ships of the 18th century were not the sort of well-ordered ultra-clean places now.
Are you on Wikipedia?
No, I found something. I found an article about pirates with their pets.
Okay. So
There you
pirates had cats.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Look
real
at
thing.
this.
Cats. Well, of course. Well, we're idiots. Cats helped rid the ship of rats and mice. The cats were also lucky. In England, a black cat was the luckiest sort, and families with a member at sea would often keep a black cat. But that cat wasn't on the boat. There we go. Black cats were often kept on ships, and sailors enjoyed having them, as many had owned cats at home. The luckiest sort of cat was a polydactyl, many-toed cat. Yeah. The extra toes were believed to make these cats better mousers and better at keeping their legs under them on a pitching deck. There you go.
All right.
Superstitions around ship cats. Throwing or losing a cat overboard would conjure up a deadly storm.
Well, yeah.
If a ship that lost its cat in this way survived, it is said to be doomed to 7 years of bad luck.
We're learning something.
There you go.
One podcast, the number one educational video game podcast.
We just helped Rare prove that cats are a good idea as pirate pets.
There we go.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Okay. I take back everything I said about the ridiculousness of a kitty cat on a pirate ship.
So what do you think of this sort of direct buy?
It sounds meowulous
plan.
Wow.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're going with.
Sounds like it's going to be pretty rough.
No, that's not.
Am I barking up the wrong tree, Greg?
No, I think I
don't want to hound you on this, but
we've lost the thread.
Throw me a bone. Let's talk about it.
Ahoy, me hearties. Not even working with the pun there. I'm just saying piratey words.
No clause for alarm.
There you go.
King in the chat.
There we go.
I don't know. Sure. Let's sell pets. I won't be buying one.
I mean, this is going to be the kind of thing, the kind of game that is a service game, right? They're planning on updating it frequently with new content and such. So
it's going to be free then, right?
They have to make some kind of money in order to do that.
Well, aren't they making money off that $60 they charge up front?
Well, they're also giving the game away with Game Pass.
Well, okay, but that's Microsoft's choice. So
true.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's what we can look forward to. I'm probably buying a pet.
Let's be honest. There's no so for new listeners to the show. When CJ says I'm probably buying something,
I'm definitely buying.
CJ saying I'm definitely buying that.
That means at least 2 will be purchased.
Yeah,
there's no question. Yeah, no question.
I feel like if pets are giftable, I will have a pet at some point in Sea of Thieves, but I will never pay for one.
Now
I will have one of the 6 CJ.
Well, you'll be on my crew. You can hang out with my cat.
There you go.
Or my monkey.
We'll throw it overboard. 7 years bad luck.
Are the cats like blind boxed?
No.
Do you just pay for a cat and you get like a calico or a gray one, or or do you know what kind of cat you're getting?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so. No.
The very rare one, you pull you get a tiger. If you're really lucky.
That'd be pretty lucky.
It's just
Well, have a tiger attacking people trying to steal your treasures. Yeah.
That'd
be great.
I don't know.
All right, I think that means that it's time for what you've been playing.
Tweedledee, tweet. Rocks in the treetop all the day long. Rocking out a bop and sing a song.
I know you took last week off. But...
Chamber Street, love to hear the robin going tweet, rockin' robin, tweet, rockin' robin, tweet.
So Phil, tell us what you've been playing.
Ooh, rockin'! I've been playing.
Apparently, Will Jackson 5 records.
What?
I'm just saying Jackson 5.
Did they do a cover of that song?
Did they do a cover of that song?
Yeah,
really?
Of course they did.
What? What? So, I mean, that wasn't a rock and roll song, right?
No.
Right? It was Bobby Day, my friend. And by Bobby Day, I mean Phil Theobald, who wrote that song. Clearly.
Tell us what you've been playing.
You know what? Tell yourself what I've been playing, pal.
Maybe I will.
Well, first of all, I've been playing a little more Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
And when I was on the show, 2 weeks ago, talking about how I've been playing some Dragon Ball, and I was complaining about the online lobbies, and I was saying there's probably a way to get offline lobbies.
Yeah,
there is a way to get offline lobbies. People.
What's the method? How difficult is it?
You have to scream into the microphone on the controller.
Okay.
Offline, please. No, there's just a button you press. I think it's triangle. When you're trying to connect to an online lobby, there's a little, you just press like triangle and it'll spit you into an offline lobby, so you can just do that. Okay. Which again, I probably would have known had I looked at I'm sure they have the prompts at the bottom of the screen. I was just too lazy to slightly move my eyes downward. So, all right, that's a good game. That's still a fun game. I'm enjoying that game. Got a
only
story
offline
mode. Yeah, I've been playing the story. I've been playing the story mode. So
how long is it?
It's apparently pretty long. A few hours. I'm only maybe 45 minutes or so into it. So
okay,
but it's
who are you fighting as? Who's your character?
Well, it's story mode, so it's kind of you're Goku.
Okay,
Goku, the main character, Goku.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. You play as him, and then as you traverse through the game, you rescue Goku's friends,
Krillin.
like Krillin,
Vegeta,
and Luffy the monkey.
That's not true.
And the guy from
no,
the guy from Bleach.
No, that's not true.
Nope.
And
nope.
And an Evangelion.
Nope.
But yeah, you rescue them and you can add them to your team, and then you can start swapping out characters and stuff like that. So
cool. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a fun game. I also picked up for the Switch. I picked up Bayonetta 2, which comes with I picked up the physical release of that, and it comes with a free download for the original Bayonetta game.
Yeah.
So I've been I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play through both of those again. So I've started up the first Bayonetta game, which is still outstanding game. I really enjoyed the Bayonetta games. So
okay,
playing that. And I picked up Dragon Quest Builders.
Great game.
So did I.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I saved it for last, because I knew you picked it up as well. So we might have something. I'd have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you play this at all on the PS4?
I played the demo on PS4, and then I played the demo again on the Switch, and then I played the full game, which starts with the demo.
Yes. So you played the demo. You played 3 times.
Yes.
How's that demo working out for you?
It's working out great.
Have you gotten past the demo yet in the full game?
I have, yes.
Okay.
Gotten past the demo.
What do you think about that game?
I like it a lot. I'm
currently
hunting different kinds of minerals in order to make a room.
I don't think you really hunt minerals.
Well, I'm mining minerals.
Okay.
How about
that? Yeah. I mean,
I have to find where they are, though. So I'm hunting for the location.
Okay. I guess
that I will then mine.
Okay, we can parse it like that. That works.
Yeah, and then I will craft. The lady that wants a room just for her, a place to stay with the lady sign.
Yeah.
What do we even talk? What's Phil? I don't understand what we're talking about anymore.
To denote that a lady lives there.
The lady's
terrible noises.
It's ladies' night at the Dragon Quest Builders.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. What a night.
So first you're going to do a little mining, then you're going to do a little crafting?
You could say that. Yep.
Okay. Very nice.
And I like this experience more because it's very directed. It gives you the stuff that you need to do.
Right. Well, we've had this conversation before. The Minecraft versus Dragon Quest Builders, where they're kind of the same game, except one tells you what to do and the other one does not.
That's right.
But no, they are good games. They are both good games, but more to the point of this conversation, Dragon Quest Builders, it's a fun game.
Yeah, I thought about, after the demo, I really enjoyed it. Had not played the full game on PS4 or Vita, and I considered maybe waiting for the sequel that is coming out on Switch later this year or something, and then I thought, oh, what the heck? I'll just jump in.
What the heck?
It's just
what the heck?
Just money.
Yeah,
can't take it. Can't take it with you.
I can grow more.
I mean, Dragon Quest Builders. It seems like one of those games is perfect for the Switch.
Oh, Jesus!
There we go. You thought you were rid of this, didn't you, Greg? But there it is. Oh, what is that? What is that you're drinking there, CJ?
One of them hipster Cokes.
Sparkling lime.
Oh,
sparkling water.
Sunny.
Okay.
Sparkling water.
Sunny water.
We keep going for it, and you keep disappointing us, Johnston.
Sorry.
Is Dasani, CJ, is that owned by Coke or Pepsi?
It is. Coke, yeah.
Is it owned by Coke or Pepsi? It is.
Sure is.
It is.
You're
Coke.
right.
Betcha.
It's one of those two.
I said Coke.
No, it is Coke. Okay. Well, you're an Atlantean now. You know, you gotta stay true to
local businesses.
That's
what that is.
That little mom and pop shop, Coca-Cola.
That's right.
They're here in town. I figure. Did you go down to the Coke factory and pick that up yourself?
No.
Okay.
But I have been to the World of Coke.
Well,
and it is extremely exciting. You get one of them fresh Coca-Colas that they make right there. You get like a little gift bottle that they made like right there, and it tastes so good. It's the best Coke I've ever had.
Squeeze it right out of the Coke Brothers
sugar.
Yeah, real sugar.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
They milk it right there.
You know it. You know it. What do you think of Dragon Quest Builders? How far did you play into the PS4 game?
Not
and how far are you into this one?
Not terribly far for both. Is the answer to that?
Okay.
Because I'm at this point now where I'm juggling that and Bayonetta, and it's
Bayonetta.
Dragon Quest is the one I play when Finn is awake.
Far fewer boobies in Dragon Quest Builders.
That's my problem with it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah. And when Finn goes to bed after hours, it's Bayonetta time. So
Phil after hours.
Right, man. That's right.
That's the witching hour, as it were.
The witch, because she's a witch.
That's right.
Oh, hey.
CJ.
I get what you did there.
What the hell? No,
Why is it with you and the internet fist pumps and high fives?
What?
Someone's been watching. Someone's been watching a lot of Logan Paul videos or something.
Somebody has to.
You big PewDiePie fan now?
No.
CJ,
no.
Is Adult Swim working on a PewDiePie game?
Nope.
Are you doing research for?
I can say with confidence, no.
Are you giving away Adult Swim secrets right there?
No. No.
Wait, no, we are not working on. We are not working on a PewDiePie
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see?
Lance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how far again? Did you
not far. Not very far. I'm still in the first little area. I just built I built the little cabin for the first gal who shows up in my little, I don't want to say village because it's just a chunk of land at this point. And then she gave me some blueprints.
Okay.
To build a
little. Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you
did it 3 times.
I suppose you do. Yeah. So I built the little area that you build with the blueprints, and then it turns into now you got to go on a quest.
Yeah.
To find some dude who's hanging out far away. So I'm
find some dudes
on my way. It's Dude Quest.
Dude Quest.
Yeah, that's the original Japanese title of the game. Dude Quest Builders. So I'm gonna go do that next. So that's what I've been playing.
Alrighty, Greg.
That's very nice. I don't know. What have I been playing?
We played Sea of Thieves
last night. I'm ready for there to be more to that game, though.
Yeah.
But still a lot of fun. Although, the stress test there were some frame rate issues, but CJ assures me, since CJ is now the de facto spokesperson for that game in my circle of friends.
Those were known issues in the build notes.
Known issues.
Man.
Yeah. Known issue.
I don't know how he knows that, but
it's on the seaofthieves.com forum.
Taking his word for it.
Yeah.
Don't know if I should.
But that was fun. They added more sea life.
Yes. Now when you dive in, you're not just immediately eaten by sharks. There's lots of fishies down there, and there are seagulls that I constantly mistake for cannonballs flying through the air.
Yeah.
So I get a little nervous. A little nervous around seagulls.
Seagulls. Stop it now.
My kids love that song. Stop it now.
You can select your pirate in the stress test.
Well, yes, that's new too. Yep. That's good. It's good. Can't wait. I'm not as excited as CJ, but I am excited.
It's a great game. I played some more of it today.
I finally fired up Shadow of the Colossus this week.
Oh, yes, you did.
Man, that is pretty. I've never really played that game, so I played for an hour and a half this week, and I'm much further than I've ever been in that game because I think I made it to the first Colossi. I don't know.
Colossi, yeah.
Back when it was a PlayStation 2 game, and then never touched it again. And then I bought the PS3 collection, played completely through Rico, never touched Shadow Colossus. So yeah, it's it's pretty cool. I like that they updated the controls, so you don't have sort of the really wonky triangle to jump style controls that those games always have. Although you can use that if you want.
You can switch to it.
The only thing I would have to say is they did a fantastic. I forget the name of the company that did the update. CJ, you probably know it.
Blue Point Games.
Thank you. Blue Point Games did a fantastic job with the update. However, and this is not, I don't blame them for this, but man, the camera can be infuriating in that game.
Sure.
Again, not their fault because they're only working with what they had to work with, and we're talking about quite an old game at this point. But one of the ways that they hid load times in that game back when it was first released was to go through narrow canyons to get to the area where the next Colossus was, which is still here because they didn't go in and rework the architecture of the game at all.
Right.
And the camera, because you're in these narrow twisting canyons, sometimes can just get a little confused. But I found that in the Colossi that you were going towards when you got confused by the camera, that if you just let go of the analog stick, the left analog stick, the horse sort of rides itself right through the canyon. I'm learning that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize at first.
Yet another idea Nintendo stole for Zelda, but it's all nitpicking. The game's really good. And because of its nature, it's actually like you can sort of drop it and pick it back up again because it's just a boss rush. At least so far, it is just a boss rush. So I'm digging it a lot. I don't know when I'll go back to it and really give it a legit shot because I've got a bunch of other stuff I'm sort of trying to play and clean up in the meantime. But yeah, really dig it. So the other thing that I played this week, it was a donor request on my stream on Thursday night. Somebody requested Road Avenger.
Oh no, river.
I knew that.
On the road.
Classic.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Little jaywalk there for you. I love that game. It's still, I think, by far my favorite full motion video game.
Oh yeah,
just so good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so I played through that, finished it. Had to play through it twice because I got to literally the last sequence and ran out of continues. And I couldn't get there. There is a level select trick, but I couldn't get it to work. So it's only like 20 minutes long. So I just fired it up. I played through it twice that night, and then had time to kill. So I fired up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Sega
CD.
Which is a great full motion video game.
Another full motion video. Yeah.
Yes. So I've always loved this because actually, and it's funny, if you go back, you can read interviews with the producer of this. because the footage that they had when they made this full motion video game for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they didn't get any new footage. They literally just had show footage to work with. So I always sort of admired what they did is they basically just gave you a life bar and a series of commands. And for each command that you missed, you lost power in that life bar. And then if you went to 0, it was just a game over. It was a fail. But the video just keeps playing. So it feels seamless. You feel a bit disconnected with what's going on because you're not really commanding them so much as you're keeping up with what's going on the screen. But I mean, as a, not that I was a Power Rangers fan, but if I was, I always appreciated what they did with it because what they basically did is they did a quick level at the beginning that was based on, I think, probably episode 1 of the series, where it's a bit of an origin story. And then they just jump into the Green Ranger timeline, which I assume didn't happen right away in the show. But they just sort of do a truncated version of the creation of the Green Ranger and his storyline, and that's pretty much the whole game. It's really, really well done. I've always really, like I said, respected what they did with that game. It was a very late game for the Sega CD, and really that means sort of a late game for the full motion video movement.
Right.
But really dug it. I always loved playing that game. That's really all I played this week. Not much else.
Cool. Well, so this week I followed in the footsteps of Mr. Ethan Einhorn. I purchased a 4K television.
That's
right. I mean, we all knew it was only a matter of time.
Couldn't stand to be shown up, huh?
Because you bought,
an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had done that, I would find it very hard not to partake of one of the excellent deals on 4K televisions.
Yeah. And I mean, part of the reason that I was holding off on upgrading was the 4K HDR standard. I mean, you go into like a Best Buy or a Target or whatever, and you start looking at TVs, and it's hard to tell exactly like what kind of 4K you're getting and whether the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro are going to support that fully, or whether the 4K
a little scary.
HD thing is just a marketing line on the television that you're buying, or if it's like the real deal that you're going to get the most power out of your console for. So there's a company called TCL that makes pretty great TVs from what I've heard, all the reviews that I've read. And there's a particular model that is recommended on Resetera and the Player One Podcast Discord. And so I picked that one up. It's called the P605.
Right
TCL.
on. Name just rolls off the tongue.
It's a 55-inch 4K HDR display. So, and now that's in my office, just off camera.
Well,
and it's a huge television. It's a huge TV.
I'm sure your wife loves that.
She was amused by it. Yes.
Yeah. Amused. That's the word.
Yeah. But I had picked up the One X before getting a 4K TV, and then of course I also picked up a PS4 Pro because if you're going all the way, you may as well.
Why not?
Right.
I didn't know that part.
Go full on.
Pretty funny.
And I hooked up the PS4 Pro before I got the new TV, so I was playing it on a 1080 set as well. And I will say there are some benefits to the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro with a 1080p television. Namely, on Shadow of the Colossus, you can play in 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Which has a real impact, actually. And some of the other just standard games, if you turn boost mode on, their frame rate improves a little bit, and load times are slightly improved. So there is some benefit to those consoles without a 4K television. But once I got the 4K TV set up and had HDR working with it correctly, it makes a pretty big impact. Just the color representation on an HDR television is way different than my 1080p TV. Like the the colors are so much more vibrant on this new set than my old set. And loading up something like Forza Horizon 3, those Hot Wheels tracks just pop off that screen.
Why would you do this to me? Why would you hit right where you knew it would hurt?
I know. Yeah, and I played Overwatch on the Xbox One X, and the colors were just amazing. Like I felt like it was a reset. You know, like when you get a new glasses prescription, because we all wear glasses, like you see things more clearly after you have that new prescription. It's like that. Like that. It's really good. Really good. And yeah, the TCL TV, you know, it's getting down there into the range that I was comfortable with. And I don't know, Greg, do you remember we bought the same model HD TV back in the day. You remember how much that was?
It's like 2,000, wasn't it?
It was expensive. It was like $1,600.
Yeah. Well, so it'd be about 2,000 for me.
Yeah. So this one can be found at Best Buy for $599.
Nice.
For the 55-inch. So it's got a built-in Roku thing too. But anyway, I'm pretty impressed by the visuals that this thing spits out, especially Shadow of the Colossus. Like I said, you have that 60 frames per second mode. And I actually was kind of surprised. So when you get a PS4 Pro, it's different than the Xbox One X, which makes you download specific 4K updates to each game. The PS4 Pro, it already downloaded that. And it's just a setting in the settings menu, which graphics mode you want. So it adds things like performance mode or cinematic mode that you can select.
Okay.
From. Yeah. And several games do that. Monster Hunter does that as well, which I also picked up Monster Hunter.
Because and you just love going down. You just like finding the deepest rabbit holes you can.
And yep, pretty much. So I'm playing some Monster Hunter. I'm only at the very, very beginning, but that looks great in 4K on the Pro as well. And I checked how many of my friends list own that game. It's like 150 people on my friends list own that game. It's crazy.
Damn, son.
Yeah. Anyway, very impressed. Very, very impressed with 4K HDR gaming. I'm already looking forward to the next generation.
Does that mean you're not you don't care about Switch anymore or what?
No, I loaded up the Switch as well because today is Splatfest day. We're recording on Saturday.
I did not know that.
Oh, really?
Splatoon 2, there's a Splatfest.
What is the Splatfest?
It's love or money.
Ah.
So of course I chose love.
Why not both?
Why would you lie like that? Why do you lie to Splatoon like that?
I didn't lie. I'm not lying.
Whatever.
Splatoon knows.
So I fully expect love to lose. The Splatfest, yeah. But it looks great also. It's obviously not 4K, but it still looks pretty good on the TV. Color is very vibrant.
Vibrant.
So I'm impressed. I've only had the TV for one day. It arrived today. So I've been playing a bunch of things. And Microsoft has this Insects demo you can download for your Xbox One X. And it has different toggles. So you can turn off HDR. And you can turn off 4K to like compare the rendering. And that's pretty cool. So I call that the thing you bring up when you want to show somebody else that, hey, HDR is really different. Because see the bugs, you can see details on the ladybugs that are not visible in regular 1080p.
I see.
So that's what your $1,000 is paid for.
That's right.
Okay.
Bugs.
Cool. Bugs you do the thing you want to get out of your games, but that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to replaying my whole library in 4K.
My goodness.
That'll be fun. And Sea of Thieves, so the stress test is in HDR also, and obviously it looked great in 1080p as well.
Yep.
And it looks great in HDR. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
You know what that
Good
means? It's time for tweets. You gonna do it? You gonna do the thing?
Don't you have the soundboard now?
Yeah.
Tweet.
There really is
Wow.
no reason for Phil to be here anymore.
There it is. I didn't have to say a word.
Wait,
didn't have-
CJ,
Nope.
now freak him out.
Freak him out.
I prefer to buy everything in store if I can. It's just
Oh no, don't
Now, let's rejoin our regularly scheduled podcast.
Oh my.
I hate you.
You sure
How much-
do.
How much you pay for that?
Never mind.
No. I want to know. I want to know.
It's
How much
worth
did
at
you-
least 6 months of patron back.
It was like $30.
every penny. Every single penny. Worth it.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it, CJ.
Me too. All right, let's do some tweets.
Okay.
Let's do this one from hacker alias Compow, who says, "What are your
Compo?
favorite gaming collectibles, and how did you obtain them?"
I mean, I have a bunch of different consoles I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obtained them by buying them.
The old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Got some signed stuff. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You know, got like Shigeru Miyamoto signed my copy of NES Zelda, and
Yeah.
you know that's pretty cool. I got Metal Gear Solid for PS1 signed by Kojima. That's pretty cool. You know,
Mhm.
Stuff like that.
I have the I ended up buying the special edition of Metal Gear Solid that they released in Japan in the like giant silver box.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Soundtrack
remember
and a
that.
t-shirt and dog tags and all
Yeah.
kinds of cool stuff. I've had that for quite a while. I have a Sonic 15th anniversary statue from our good friend Ethan Einhorn when he was working at Sega. He sent that out.
Oh yeah.
I haven't found a good spot for that in the house. It's got a nice marble base on it. Pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I have a Vice City Rubik's Cube.
Oh really?
Nice.
I don't
Hung
remember
on to
that.
too.
Dan.
Hmm.
Do you have the bloodied steel pipe that they Sega sent out for
No.
Condemned?
No, and I don't have any of the weapons that
Rockstar?
Rockstar-
What-
well, I did for a while. I did have the
And,
Luminous Slugger. I kept
brass
that in my
knuckles?
bullet mark.
Oh really?
Didn't get the brass knuckles. Oh, I did have the tire spikes. So yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing that Rockstar used to do. They used to for like, you know, PR marketing tchotchke that they would send to which was common for companies to send to game.
Oh yeah, of course.
Rockstar during the heyday of the Grand Theft Auto games back in probably the PS2 era, they loved to send out weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
Tire spikes, Louisville Slugger, brass knuckles. I want to say that James Milkey had some issues going to a press event where they gave out brass knuckles and then he had to take a plane home. Yeah, that was a thing for them for a while.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a taser or something involved at
Back-
one point?
Back in those quaint days when airport security was worried that someone was gonna beat up everyone on the plane.
Yeah,
And that was
yeah. When that
That-
was the biggest worry
that
we
was
had.
the biggest
Hmm.
fear, was that someone was gonna start knocking folks out with a pair of brass knuckles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have I don't have it nearby, or else I could show it. But I have a little kind of desk paperweight that Konami sent out to promote Gradius 5 back when
Huh.
that came out. It's a little, maybe 3-inch tall, kind of crystal cube, and it's one of those things where it has like something like 3D etched inside
in.
the crystal with a laser,
Oh,
and
yeah. Who did that again?
Konami.
Konami.
for
Okay.
for Gradius. Yeah, it's got the Vic Viper etched into it.
Right. I've
along
got
with
one like
the
that.
Gradius 5 logo.
I've got one like that from Namco for Ridge Racer 5.
Oh, cool.
That's the first car in the game.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Etched on the side of it.
I also have a little pewter figure of I believe it's Orda from Panzer Dragoon Orta.
That'd be cool.
It's
Nice.
Yes, I had that too.
yeah, it's
it-
the dragon with
yeah.
Orta sitting on it, and she's kind of holding up the gun.
Mine
she
went
used-
through so many moves that it finally broke.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mine's still kicking somewhere. So.
Somewhere around here, I have a gigantic Tekken Tag Tournament belt buckle.
Oh, really?
In a nice metal box with a Namco on the front, but it looks hand painted.
huh.
Yeah,
That's
I'll find
interesting.
a picture of that somewhere.
My biggest thing used to be the Elemental Gearbolt gun case.
Oh, right.
Which is sold, right?
And then I sold it.
For like $1,500 or something like that.
Yeah.
That whole situation always pissed me off because that was a giveaway by Working Designs
Yep.
for a tournament that they held at E3, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Yes.
And so it was supposed to be this big, awesome, rare thing, but then pretty much everybody who ever wrote a single line in a magazine up at that point got one for free.
True.
Jerks.
I
If it was
had
before
entered
I
the
was
tournament.
around.
I entered the tournament.
I never
It
had
was
one.
legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
else?
I have a
And then-
Ninja Gaiden
then you sold
throwing
it.
star.
And
Oh, I
then he
have the-
sold it.
I have the Ninja Gaiden throwing star.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's friggin' deadly.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
like a just a 4-bladed knife.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have this great, rather big Ratchet and Clank statue.
Oh yeah. From
I don't
was
know
it from
why I got it.
Was it from Deadlocked?
Yes, it was.
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got it. I was kind of out of the game at that point, but for
Yeah.
some reason I was on their list and they sent it to me.
There you go.
Nice.
I had that for quite a while. I did finally get rid of that. I actually sold it to someone in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, she was like a super Ratchet and Clank fan, and she
Huh.
like so much so that I basically knocked off the price of the not. It was not a cheap shipping cost.
Oh yeah,
I basically knocked that off the price so she could get it a little bit cheaper, and then just held my breath for like a month while it was making its way there that it wouldn't break.
Oh
or
yeah.
disappear. So
Huh.
she was
Probably the
super
best thing I have is the Monitor statue.
right. Do you have that anywhere in that room?
No.
Where is
I
it?
don't.
Where is it?
It's at work actually.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Game Fan magazine back in the day used to have a mascot, Monitor, that appeared on covers and in various comics by Terry Wolfinger. And he was like the statuette for their game awards. And the award I have is for like best action game on the Genesis. It's Contra Hardcore is the winner.
It's a pretty good game.
And a friend of mine who worked at Konami and then got laid off from Konami took that with him, and he was auctioning it off on Yahoo Auctions. And I recognized the name of the person who was auctioning it, and I just offered him a side deal, and he took it.
Oh man.
It didn't sell on Yahoo Auctions, oddly enough. And yeah, I traded him a copy of the first Game Boy Advance Castlevania game for it.
You got a deal on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I sure did.
Yeah.
That thing is the best. I love it.
Yes. And it's like translucent blue. Is it
Mhm.
like acrylic or something like that?
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's my prized gaming collection
It's pretty
Part of that.
outstanding.
for sure. But I have signed stuff from Miyamoto and
Right.
all that stuff.
right. Yeah.
I think everybody who worked in the press back then got some of that stuff. Even though it was kind of weird, you're a journalist and you're also asking somebody to sign a copy.
That wasn't
Again.
kind of weird.
It's very
You
weird.
know, yeah.
At a certain
That
point,
was one of the
it
reasons
stopped.
I never did that. It always really, really bothered me.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a certain point that stopped. But not before I got Miyamoto's signature
Uh-huh.
on Super Mario Brothers for the Famicom. All right, let's do this comes from listener Chris S, who says, with so many games across so many systems and knowing that you have limited free time, How do you decide what to play? Also, how do you decide when you have seen what a game has to offer and you move on?
This is going to sound so dumb. Basically, what I do is I actually try to be kind of systematic about it. Where I kind of try to cycle through the current systems that I own, and not all, like, by that I mean the current generation of systems. So, like, if I play something on Xbox, then the next game I try to make sure I play a PlayStation game. Try to make sure I play a Switch game, a Steam game, that sort of thing. And then I throw into that rotation, sort of at one point or another, playing something a little bit older because I have such a ridiculously, stupidly huge backlog, which I'm trying to actually whittle down by selling things off right now. But there's still a few games that I'm hanging on to that I still want to play. Like I was talking a couple weeks ago about playing Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. So I kind of do that, and I try to focus on one game at a time. That being said, I'm really big into racing games. One of the things with racing games is that they're fairly content heavy. So if I was to focus on, say, just Forza 7, I'd be playing nothing but that for months and months. And I don't really want to do that, so I kind of sprinkle in a few races here and there. Those games I almost never finish because I just sort of peck away at them for like a year and then I put them away. As far as when I know I've seen everything a game has to offer, I've talked about this on the show so many times. If I'm not enjoying a game after the first hour or maybe two, I'm done. Like I don't give it any more time than that. Like, and it doesn't mean that it's a bad game. We've talked about this with we were talking about this with Bloodborne, and somebody brought it up in the Resetera thread about us, where I think people were saying, oh, they all hated Bloodborne, but then someone went back and listened to our discussion and realized, no, what I was saying anyway was great game, really enjoyed it. It didn't respect my time enough,
right,
for me to keep playing it. And doesn't mean it's a bad game, but I generally won't play anything for more than 2 hours if I'm not finding either I'm not having fun, or I realize that I will not be able to make the progress I want to make on a game in a reasonable amount of time for me. So I just move on.
Yeah. I'll play a game for like an hour, and then I'll write my EGM review of it. And then I move on to the next one.
You gotta call the PR person and ask for some screenshots from later in the game.
Well, obviously,
speak to what will happen later.
Gotta make sure people don't suspect anything. Jeez.
No,
I don't recall that happening.
Oh man,
CJ's boss is not White Tiger.
Glance.
No, I don't recall that happening.
Oh man,
only for previews.
Of course. So, yeah, I don't have any sort of system like you do, Greg. I just kind of I make the mistake. I make the mistake of trying to juggle multiple games at once, which never really works. And like an insane person, I keep trying, hoping that maybe this time it'll work out differently.
I kind of got out of that a few years ago because I like to finish games.
Right.
And I realized there was a year I think I went where I didn't finish more than like 2 games. Like, this is stupid.
Right.
So
yeah, I should have a system, but I can't be bothered to.
I have no system either. Yeah. I end up buying the games that I'm interested in and playing them until I'm not interested in them anymore, and setting them aside.
Should call out as well.
Usually it's another game comes out that I'm interested in, and I stop playing the one that I was playing.
Right. And I should call out as well, certain games, when they come out, I'll drop everything and play those. Right. Like Uncharted 4 came out. I don't even know what I was playing. I stopped playing it and played through Uncharted 4. Right? Like, certain really event games like that, I will do that with. But otherwise, no.
Yeah. I tried at a certain point to play through more games, and it didn't stick.
No.
So I'm one of those gamers that just samples games. Maybe they should subscribe to PlayStation Now Game Pass.
That's why I keep telling myself that's what I should be doing too. If I'm only going to play like an hour or two of something, why spend $80 on it when I could just have that. But that's also one of the reasons why I like to jump into a fair amount of like indie games every now and then too, because you can really, just slam through like a dozen of those over the course of a month or so.
Yeah.
Yep.
And get some good gaming, some good variety.
Yes.
Yes. All right. And yeah, when do I decide when I've seen what a game has to offer and I move on? I just wait until I get bored with the game, or until something new comes out that I want to play over what I'm playing now. And that happens a lot. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Keeks 750. I have no idea what this is, Greg, so I'm going to read this. Does Seward follow the happenings of the Curse of Oak Island?
You've never heard of the Curse of Oak Island?
No.
What
is this?
Heard of the show?
Canadian legend?
I have no idea.
Yeah, so I'm honestly going to have to refer to Wikipedia here a little bit.
Oh, boy.
But Oak Island is an area in Nova Scotia. And for a long, long time, there's been a rumor that there's treasure on Oak Island. Like, I don't know if it's pirate treasure or what. Totally serious.
Real life Sea of Thieves. Is this a Sea of Thieves alternate reality game?
Yeah. The Oak Island mystery refers to stories of buried treasure and unexplained objects in Oak Island, Nova Scotia. Since the 19th century, a number of attempts have been made to retrieve the reported treasure and artifacts, and treasure hunting was authorized in the early 21st century. In addition to treasure, reported artifacts on the island include Marie Antoinette's jewels, Shakespearean manuscripts, and religious artifacts. To date, no treasure has been found. But there is an entire series. This is what this tweet is referring to. An entire series about searching for treasure on Oak Island. I think it's on the History Channel. I'm trying to find the name of it, but yeah, it's a thing. It's been a thing here for a long, long time. And now it's I guess it's not an international television show. Maybe it is, but it's definitely a national thing. Yeah, Curse of Oak Island is a television series. It's on the History Channel up here anyway. And it's been going for 5 seasons. And it's just a reality television show where you have people who are treasure hunters on this island trying to find buried treasure. I don't follow it. To answer the question, no.
Greg doesn't need to follow it. He's lived it.
I live it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
My father watches it, but I don't really talk to him about it.
Okay. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Bussy Andy, who says, with the success of Friday the 13th, do you see any other horror franchises licensing their properties for a game?
An old tweet.
So, what?
That is an old tweet.
We didn't do it though.
I know. I'm just calling out that it's old.
It is old. You're right.
I'm offended that you went back to an old tweet when Hacker Alias NTR SKT asked, will Super Pack apologize to Stuart for saying he was wrong about Star Fox, which he wasn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
don't know what you're talking about. I was wrong about Star Fox. Yeah.
No, it's not so much that you were wrong; it's that I was right.
Because
when you admitted you were wrong, I believe the language was, "We were wrong about Star Fox."
That's right. You're right.
No, we weren't.
I was wrong. You were right. Star Fox Assault is a GameCube game. Star Fox
by Namco.
Command is the DS game.
Yeah. I know that now.
What are you, new?
I did not know that last week. Yeah. So we're going to talk about horror games, other horror franchises that should be games. What would you like to see? I just want to see them do Jason X in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, there you go.
Or they could do a Nightmare on Elm Street game. I think some of that has already been done by Dead by Daylight from Behavior Interactives.
That's what Channing King in our chat just said.
Yeah. Oops.
Careful.
Yeah.
They should
drink.
They should steer away from horror films and just start making games based on Turkish action movies.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the sword and the claw game?
That would be fantastic.
The Lion Man game.
Mm-hmm. I'd play that.
I know at least 4 people who would own that game.
I know. I know.
I actually watched that last weekend
Of course you did.
when I was down in Portland visiting our pal Bill Mudron.
So hey, did you get
Yeah.
the build done?
Oh no, we got it like halfway done.
Uh-huh.
Greg is referring to
Mm-hmm.
when I was not on the show last night. I was down in Portland
last
visiting. What did I say?
Last night.
You don't know where I was last night.
He wasn't on the show last night. That is true.
That is I was in Portland
True.
visiting a friend of the show and artist extraordinaire Bill Mudron.
Mhm.
And Bill, who has more money than sense,
He's got a 4K TV.
he does have a 4K TV.
Yeah.
He definitely does. We watched Lion Man
In 4K?
on the 4K TV.
Yeah,
So-
it wasn't in 4K.
Well, no,
Doesn't
it's
the
not a 4K.
disc- it's not.
Yeah, the 2K
Okay.
transfer. Yeah.
Oh, it's a 2K transfer. Okay. We watched it. We only watched it in 2Ks. There were 2K missing. But Bill purchased the $800 Lego Millennium Falcon set,
So jealous.
which is massive. It is gigantic. It has a 500-page instruction manual.
Oh my god.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's an
that-
instruction book.
The book, and again, it's not a
Tome.
it's not a like dimension wise, it's not a small book. It is it's a very large book.
That's not saddle stitched, I bet.
It's a spiral
Or
bound.
bound.
It's spiral bound.
it really?
Actually. Yeah, it is.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's the
it
only
is.
reasonable way to do that.
Yeah. But it actually proved so cumbersome to because you'd spend like 5 minutes on a page and then you'd have to pick this book up and it weighs a good few pounds and you're trying to juggle it and not rip out pages and stuff. So we just ended up loading up the instructions on our iPads.
I've been saying, like, if money weren't an issue,
yeah,
I would love to buy something like that.
right.
I've always thought about, like, I don't know where I would put it,
It is massive.
but thinking even further on it, I don't know where I'd build it.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't think I have a surface large enough
Yeah.
to take something like that. And it's not like you'd sit down for an hour and you're done.
No.
That would need
this
to
is-
live somewhere for a few
no,
days.
yeah. We spent, I don't know, we pretty much all weekend because this is what losers we
Nerds
are.
do. Yeah.
We sat there, in his little like work area there, building this set and watching movies all day, and we probably spent all told about like 8 hours or so
Wow.
over the course of 2 days, and we got it
Hmm.
about halfway done. So but
Amazing.
it's a beautiful thing to look at. I mean, even half complete. But yeah, it is massive and it is very heavy. And yeah,
So how do once it is complete,
yes.
how do you play with that? Like if you bought it if you
with
were
it. If you were if you were what? If you were what? Like an 8-year-old? Is that what you were about to say? If you were a child buying this Lego set, this $800 Lego
I don't know.
set?
See, just so you know, I know a couple of people who have bought very young children their own Switches.
Yeah, well that's
Not outside the realm of possibility.
yeah.
True.
Couple maniacs.
Yeah.
But I mean they've done Lego versions of the Millennium Falcon previously.
Yeah, I have.
I
I
mean,
have the previous
yeah,
one,
there's-
and
there's-
they're re-releasing it. They're re-releasing the one they've re-released the one they had once already. They're re-releasing it again as a solo themed.
That's not a re-release. That's a whole new model.
No, it looks like a re-release with a new front end on it.
No, it's a new design. Yeah. It's a
But
new
the
design.
ones that are like, larger than a typical toy, how do you play with those?
well, the ones that are
Put them on
The-
the shelf and stare at them.
the ones that are in the standard Lego line, like the ones that are meant for kids to play with.
Yeah.
Those are Yeah, you could probably pick it up with some effort and swoosh it around the room, and it's got little panels that open up.
I was going to say the Millennium Falcon I have, has the whole back. The panels flip up. You can actually get to the interior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, that new Falcon model has the same thing. That's why I thought it was the same model.
Oh, it's a new build. I mean, it's uses similar construction techniques certainly, but this one, the $800 one, that's a model.
That's for adult collectors. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's for serious collectors, CJ.
That's for people
CJ
willing to take a drive down to Portland to help their buddy build it.
That's the $800 Lego set, yes, is meant for your second grader.
Yeah, but screw them, because now they're doing a Hogwarts Great Hall set, and I want it.
You just got to double up your paper route, and it'll be fine.
That Hogwarts set, that's only $100.
Oh man, it looks so nice. Again, I don't know where I'd put it.
I don't think
my kids would play with it though. I could just buy it for myself, and
I don't think that set's going to be that big though.
I don't have any space, Phil.
Well, you have get a shelf. Buy a shelf.
Got a shelf.
Buy another shelf.
I see a couch shelf there that no one's sitting on at the moment, right behind you. Throw that out.
Yeah,
I hate you.
Throw that out.
You don't need that kitchen table.
I don't have a kitchen table.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Put a shelf where the kitchen table would normally go. Perfect.
There's nowhere for the kitchen table to go. That's why I don't have one.
Well,
I hate you.
Dining room table then.
Yeah.
No, don't have one of those either.
Well, put the shelf where the dining room table would go.
Yeah.
That's where my youngest daughter sleeps right now.
Well, she can sleep next to the. She can. No,
you're not. You're really not.
Model.
You're really not. I appreciate that you think you are.
Get a bunch of fishing line. Tether the 20-pound Millennium Falcon model from the ceiling, and hope it doesn't. Hope the wires don't break.
Or no one treats it like a piñata. That would be bad.
Are we ready to do the outro? Or
just people randomly come into homes and just start backing things hanging from your ceiling?
I had that window in the front room.
I had a really nice chandelier hanging from the ceiling, but some dude showed up with a baseball bat and just whacked the hell out of it.
I couldn't help but notice in your window you got a Millennium Falcon hanging from the ceiling.
Don't suppose that thing's full of Tootsie Rolls,
is it? Crack at that. Jesus.
Yeah, we can do the outro.
What?
We'll do the outro.
Okay.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about the Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward.
Still not done.
You find Generation 16 episodes as they come out.
The rough cut of the new episode was completed this weekend.
Nice.
Take probably another week to clean that up and should be good to go.
Sounds good. You'll also find show notes and links to all of the things that we spoke about on this episode, which is awesome. And then you'll also find, it takes me a while to compile all those, so please check that out. Don't make all my work be in vain for that. Then we also have a message board where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the Apple Podcasts application.
Yeah.
You can also head over to the App Store and pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application for just $1.99.
Cheap.
You can say
sorry.
Do we not have that on our soundboard?
Yeah. Cheap.
There it is.
You go. Also cheap.
Slow down, soundboard, Greg. You're stepping on my lines. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitter. We should just put this whole stupid outro on the soundboard.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tweet.
You guys.
Best $30 anyone's ever spent. Via the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android, cell phone, telephone users, Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
You can find that right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. For us on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. You can check us out. Lost it there. You can check us out live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast. You can also check out video archives of past episodes as well. Mm-hmm. And if you've liked what you've heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. It allows CJ to buy bigger and better soundboards.
Level 70 or bust.
I love it.
Never thought you'd hear from Dormerbot again, did ya? Your Patreon
every night in my nightmares.
Oh my. It's your Patreon dollars at work, folks.
True.
And if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com where you will find the Patreon link to help support Greg Stewart's genuinely outstanding web series about North America's favorite Sega banana, the Sega Genesis.
Thanks, sweetie.
You're very welcome. I mean every word. Give me another sound effect, CJ.
Yeah, that really was a moment for a sound effect there.
Yeah.
That was a terrible one.
Yeah, come on, you can do better than that. What was that? Oh, there we go.
Good Lord.
And CJ.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
For
this was a fun episode.
For that gong sound effect.
No problem.
There. Yeah. No problem. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
For that. And thank myself for being genuinely
I just thank you.
For what? Yeah, but I'm thanking myself.
Okay.
I deserve it. I'm a good enough person. I deserve
you
this.
Deserve it.
I deserve this.
You're good enough.
Oh boy.
Smart enough.
Oh boy.
Gosh darn it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's problematic these days.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And thank you to all our loyal listeners.
Indeed.
Yeah. And
hey, we're getting real close on Patreon to get into the having to do another episode of review.
Oh, what are you guys considering doing for next
Who
episode of that?
Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe Guitar Man.
Oh, that's a good game.
Guitar Man.
Guitar Man.
We shall see. But we have to get up to 400.
Well, probably won't happen. You know why?
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 You fail in all things. Fail in all things.
So true.
That's a Guitar Man reference.
It is.
Indeed.
For the folks at home who've probably never played Guitar Man. But Guitar Man is a wonderful game. Next week?
Alrighty.
Let's do it.
Week.
We're going to keep recording, too.
Oh, right. I forgot.
I know.
Don't stop. Don't stop. The fun is not ending.
Can't